What you see is not a problem, baby. Because visibly I'm a hot 10. We could be friends, but I would be the hot one, making you the ugly by comparison one. It would be a shame to have to explain to everybody on the street that we made that I'm not walking my dog. I did not lose a weight. I'm just eating lunch with my relatively ugly friend. You are the grotesque feeling if you existed in a vacuum. But it's hard to appear like anything but shit when I look like me and you look like you. What you see is not a problem, baby. Because visibly I'm a hot 12. And if I went to hell, it would feel chilly compared to the hate dripping off of me. You're a 7 on a good day. I'm a 0.53 away from infinity. What you see is not a problem, absolutely. You're ugly, relatively.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark, cloaked figures slowly trudging towards you. What do? My half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do? Well, I believe in anticipation, my rogue would try and hide behind a tree. Okay, I rolled a 1. That's another critical fail. Tom, what does your human bard do? Active perception check. That's a natural 20. Let's fucking go.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. These motherfuckers mean to harm us, and they got to go, so come on, get them now. You picked the wrong day to fuck around with my tight crew. Someone's giving it, I can perceive you. Here's what we're gonna do. Me and my boys gonna mess you up.
I rolled a 1.
Fuck, my boys are otherwise engaged, so I'm gonna bring it on myself.
Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yes, thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter. I cast Vicious Mockery. Nat 20, let's go.
You're a shot motherfucker and nobody likes you. Short! Everybody says how fucking short that guy is. And that stops you from forming meaningful relationships. And when you were born, everybody thought that you were just ahead. But then the doctor said, wait, this stupid motherfucker tiny short ass baby got a tiny little itty bitty body and I hate it.
Your attack lands and absolutely shatters the mind of the cloaked figure. Perception check, please. Nat 20, let's go. You perceive the figure was so short because it was a child. There's always a kid. Specifically the child you've been looking for the last 15 days game time and 5 days of our actual lives. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'll be better. His body's just lying there, right? Right? Yes. Don't.
Loot that body now, loot that body. Loot that motherfucker. Play my flute when I loot that dead kid's body. Bitch! Shit, not one you've heard before. I'm alternative to my core emotional around the girls. They like to do sex with me. Hey girl, wrote you some poetry. I'm different to society. I'm woke, politically correct. My Instagram bio says feminist. So you're a smart girl, had a broken heart, girl, supports creative arts, girl. Do you read Descartes, girl? I'm a good boy, so misunderstood, boy. A tiny bit unwashed boy, sleeps up in a loft, boy. I'm a soft boy. Yeah. Siggy's and Donnie Darko, I've seen all of Tarantino. You could watch me sniff some coke or give myself a stick and poke. I'm so fucking depressed, yet somehow I'm still the best. I don't like chicks that are clingy, please don't touch my beanie.
You send some real weird messages, screenshot your text to all my friends. We laugh when you say Kevin Parker should have been your father. Of course you have your own podcast, not that I think I ever asked. Romantics are not constantly stoned and hit on all the women I know. I'm a nice girl, had some good advice, girl. Wants to cut the ties, girl. Think I'd rather die, girl. You're a fuck boy, just a massive cock boy. Almost unemployed boy, type that I avoid boy. You're a soft boy.
Oh, stop texting me.
Of course I understand you now. Can I touch your left
I'll take that. But slow.
The date started off so well. Begin my night, not expecting the fright of my life. She was perfect from what I could tell. How could I not see the danger right in front of me?
My favorite food is fish.
Baby, that's my favorite too.
I love cartoon dogs.
Baby, I love Scooby-Doo. Hey girl, what's your favorite film? She said the best movie of all, a masterpiece of art called
Human centipede, human centipede.
I think that I'm gonna get murdered tonight.
Human centipede, not ironically.
She said
The costume design was a highlight. I like it for the plot.
tell me what the plot's about.
German doctor says they need last to mouth.
Cool.
Human centipede.
Please God save me. I think that's a red flag. I don't want to get stabbed. She said
Human centipede is a tour de force.
I think, holy shit, I'm gonna be the main course. She said
I admire the narrative of character growth.
I try to get the waiter's attention by blinking in Morse code.
Why are you blinking so much?
I've got something in my eye.
Here, let me get it out.
No, thank you. I don't want to die. Bonjour, sir was blinking at me. Is this because your date is a freak? No. Very good then. Bon appetit.
Stop hiding behind your silly made-up red flag. Do not take a chance on the best relationship you never had.
maybe you're right and I'm looking for excuses. My heart's got bruises, but I'm ready to choose this life.
You can be the love of my life.
One day we'll get married and be husband and wife, with a tasteful ceremony and the wedding of our dreams.
I'm the wedding theme.
Tell me what the thing's gonna be.
Human centipede, human centipede.
We could save on the catering bill.
Human centipede, only one mouth to feed.
If you are the best man, you know the deal.
Pucker up.
I can finally open myself up to love.
I can finally sew a mouth to a butt.
Human centipede.
Human centipede.
Hello, happy Thursday, and welcome to Creative Chaos, the show created to shine a spotlight on independent creators who I like to call fascinating people creating fantastic things outside the mainstream. And I've got a really great guest for you tonight, a fantastic artist. But first, let's go through our whole opening spiel. And I want to say hello to the chat. Hello, chat over on pill.net, Mr. Sao. I checked in early. I don't even know if you're still out there, but hello. Thank you for popping in early and saying what's up. Stuck in New York popped in. I've got Classical Chick dropping the crackhead dancing sticker with Dave Chappelle from the Dave Chappelle Show, one of my favorites, saying hello. Cosmac Grandpa, the most fantastic producer in the world, checking in over there as well. And thanks, Classical Chick, for dropping a Flip City sticker in our chat. And then on the Flip City Magazine side of streaming to YouTube, Vulcan Lives, Matthew Creek checked in, and Vulcan says, Dillard, big time. And Ben Sullivan, you keep checking in early. I'm so happy about that. And then Fanta with the 3 purple hearts. And tonight is our very, very first time streaming live to the Madness Comic Network. Usually we're just doing a replay over there. So Matthew Creek also checked in over there. Hi, Matthew. And then Aaron over on Rumble, Aaron Moriarty of Truth Quest, checked in on Rumble. Usually he is lonely on Rumble. Maybe we'll get a couple people in there tonight, though. So hello, everybody. Welcome to Creative Chaos. And I am actually, cause I'm throwing a curveball at you because I'm bringing in Batman early. I actually want to bring him in now before we promote Flip City Magazine. Batman, you're not in your car anymore.
No, I'm not in the car anymore. I'm actually on my way up to my studio right now. I'm trying to make my way in the studio. But real quick, I just want to show you what my staff did for Halloween real quick. If I can turn the camera around.
Of course.
Come on.
I know it's spooky season already. I'm kind of excited. Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, so they've got candles floating in the sky, right? Candles floating on the ceiling. They've got a whole, can you see it? Or is it too dark?
Too dark.
Okay, it's a haunted house background. Let me see. Nope, I can't do lights yet. Hold on. Anyway, let me just spin the sucker around. Long story short, they decorated the whole place for Halloween because we're going to be doing Halloween photos with the dogs at my business.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so
see,
cute.
Does that help any? No, I got to turn on those lights too. Anyway, yeah, so we're having fun with it. We've got really cool things going on here. Like I've got this giant skeleton head that I'm going to show you in a minute, but it's just really cool. Why didn't those lights go on? Anyway, I'm running around like a chick with my head cut off. Telling you, just craziness.
That's all right.
But they decorated.
For anybody that doesn't know, though, what is your business? You're talking about pets and animals.
I own a family business. It's been around for the business has been here since over 100 years. My family's run it the last 55 years. And we are the oldest and largest pet hotel on Long Island, out in Deer Park, New York. For anybody who's in the neighborhood, check us out. Yeah. The Willow Pet Hotel.
And it looks, and that's a picture of it right there. Looks like that year round.
So, yeah, there you go. But what's going to happen is we're going to do a photo shoot here. We have a black mat that comes out. We've got giant skeleton on the other side. We've got a werewolf skeleton in here and a whole bunch of cute little tombstones. So, yeah, we're decorating. We're going to do a big photo shoot one day. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about comics and comic art.
That's right. And I was going to say, maybe tonight's Creative Chaos isn't sponsored by Flip City Magazine. It's sponsored by Willow Pet
Hotel.
And now you owe me $100, bro. you officially are sponsoring Creative Chaos number 39 with John Dillard. And I just got to say really quick, because I've been worried because for 2 weeks, George Washington X has not checked in, but he's back. So hello. He's taking a break from the Jets game for his favorite live stream. Oh my God.
That's so cool. George Washington X, shout out, bro. I don't know if anybody saw it last night, but I know somebody who went to the Trump rally last night.
Oh. Yes, it was you, wasn't it?
Oh, it was glorious. Put that aside, we have other guests. I'm not a guest. I'm the co-host. How many people can honestly say they have Batman as a sidekick besides you?
Exactly. It was our whole gag. You know, when you said you wanted to come and help out, I was like, dude, Batman gets to be my sidekick. That's
guys, while you're out there, the bell button, anybody can ring my bell very easily.
Yeah, wow. I think you were lagging there. Or was I lagging? I hope it's not me lagging. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Of course, everybody knows Flip City is the sponsor and the sole sponsor of Creative Chaos. I don't think this is my unprepared stream tonight. I think we're going to have a good time with this one. I don't even have a magazine sitting here to show everybody, but go to flipcitymag.com/free-magazine and you can check us out. There is a digital edition right there, a flip book right on the website. You don't have to give us any information, but if you want a longer sample of Flip City, you give us your email and we send you a high quality PDF. So that's flipcitymag.com/free-magazine or just flipcitymag.com and click on the buttons that are on our homepage to get you to the free magazine. It's super simple. All right. So yeah.
I thought of something that I wanted to put out there.
What's that?
You said something to me today that was very poignant, and I found it very interesting that you have a stack of magazines somewhere behind you that almost fell on you that need to be sold. Yeah. So are we offering anything special to the audience if they want to buy any back issues?
Oh, shit. You know what? I'm going to do this only for this stream. And I don't have a coupon code or anything, but anybody that buys
Yes, you do. The coupon code is Dillard. The coupon code is Dillard.
I don't have that set up. It's not going to work for anything. I'm not setting up a coupon code right now, y'all. Yeah. Watch Christy do admin work live. How fun is this? Anyway, so no, I have a deal. Anybody that buys tonight any past issue, I will throw in a free issue number 3. So buy any past issue at flipcitymag.com and I'll throw in a number 3 for you. Even anybody that makes a purchase that is even watching this show tonight will get a free number 3. So go to flipcitymag.com. We're reasonably priced for an independent publication. All right. I think we've pitched enough for tonight because I'm really excited for our guest because he is a fantastic illustrator. And I was realizing tonight, I talked to a lot of writers lately. So I get super excited when I get illustrators on because that is a skill I do not have. And I have great admiration for, and our guest is awesome at it. And so I have a little bio here, one image, while we bring our guest in. Tonight, I've got John Dillard, and he's a fantastic comic artist with his recent collaboration with the Yellow Flash, entitled The Golden Patriot, leaving the indie comics community all abuzz. He also has a YouTube channel that he's recently been streaming a damn funny show called Am I the Asshole? So, and also from his channel, Dillard proclaims proudly, watch as I become a comic book creator and the greatest artist of all time. I love his confidence. So let's bring him in. Hi, John.
You guys were late on the upkeep. I became the greatest artist of all time 2 years ago.
Well, you know, that's your problem because you did not easily update your YouTube description.
That is my fault. I should have changed that.
You know what? And this may be roasting you.
Look, my camera look like I'm in underwater. What's going on here?
It kind of does. Is it like your screen flashing on you?
What is that?
I think
I
your
don't
camera's
know.
starting to go.
Oh man,
It-
it's brand
Is your
new.
camera part of your computer?
No.
So it's an external camera?
Yeah. There you
Check
go.
the
It went
cable.
away. It went away.
There you
Oh.
go. I was going to say, check the cable first if that.
I had it
Could've
on. I'm
been-
sorry. I had it on the wrong megahertz. Something.
Okay.
The wrong pixelation. That's all right. It's all good.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We've recently met, and you invited me on your Am I at the Asshole show, and it is so fun. But it looks like you're slowing down on streaming those. What's up with that?
Yeah, I got a bunch of emails about the work that I'm currently doing with Yellow Flash, and I got to start doing a bunch of promo work for that. So because we're wrapping up to start the campaign, I have to step back on doing the my own shows. The shows kind of take just a little bit of prep beforehand, so it's hours of the day that I can't afford to do right now.
Okay. So you will get back to it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm
it's a
sorry.
fun show.
I'm sorry. I have to chime in here. May I please just step in real quick?
Yeah.
Thank you. Johnny, I got to ask you a question, my friend. You said something about the Asshole Show?
Yes.
That's a podcast you do.
Yeah, it's a live stream podcast we do with a couple of other people. It's basically an open invite to a bunch of other people that I know in my comic creator community.
That are
And
assholes.
we go over no. That's not the point of it.
I know. See, when you invited me, I'm like, do I get to be the asshole? And you're like, no, it's not like that.
I mean, depending on
So
how
wait,
bad
let
your
him
take is,
finish.
you could be. You know? But what we do is we'll go on Reddit, because Reddit has these the subreddit called "Am I the Asshole?" where people that are going through a situation and they're getting flack for it, they post the situation and they ask the community, "Am I in the wrong here? Am I the asshole?" And then you get to chime in with your opinion on it. So we'll read some of these stories that are kind of relevant to whatever I happen to be feeling at the time, maybe something I feel particularly strong about, and we all kind of discuss it. And it's great. You get some insight into the way people think. It's very, very eye-opening sometimes.
Yeah. And,
That's really cool.
the panel you put together, everybody kind of deep dives into a lot of projection. Like, you can tell a lot about the people that happen to be on your panel by how they're reacting and what kind of shit they're projecting onto the person that may or may not be the asshole. It's awesome. It's a
And
really
we had
great
this
concept.
one story where this lady was baking cookies for her grandkids,
Okay.
and the grandkid's mother, her daughter-in-law, as the cookies were cooling on a rack in the kitchen, took all the cookies and threw them in the trash because she was pumping her kids full of sugar, and the kids were getting fat, and she had already told her no more cookies, and the lady said, "Fine, one cookie. When they come over, they get one cookie." And then when she
Okay.
arrives, she has a whole countertop full of cookies cooling off. So she threw, and we were discussing it. And I have this guy named Kirby who comes on, and he's a very mild-mannered kind of guy. But I'm saying it's eye-opening. He comes in, I'm like, "Kirby, what's your take on this?" The only thing he said was, "I think that the elderly should walk into the forest so as not to be a burden on the family."
Oh, dude, they do that in China. They
I was
do
like,
that in
"Kirby, but you're
China.
old. Why do you think that way?" He's like, "It is what it is."
That's crazy. Oh my God.
But no, it's a super fun show. If you want to come on sometime, oh my goodness, Phil, hit me up in DMs.
I
I'll
have-
send you.
Yeah.
I have to ask Johnny another question though. Have you ever heard Dennis Leary's song? I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an
I
asshole.
have, yeah. And honestly, I'm not a fan of Dennis Leary, but everybody likes that song, so I play it sometimes on the show.
Okay, good. I happen to be a big Dennis Leary fan. He kind of had something that I saw a lot in me. I'm an asshole. To be very frank, I'll admit it. I'm an asshole. And that's okay. Like, I have a shirt that says, "I support Trump. If you don't like Trump, then you don't like me." That's okay. I'm okay with that. If you don't like Trump, then you won't like me, and I'm okay with that. And I wear that shirt when I go out in public, and people get a laugh out of it. But that's it. I'm an asshole. I don't care
Well-
what people think.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Dillard, you're not really a Trump guy. So is he an
No.
asshole?
And
Oh, I'm 100% a Trump guy.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
I swear, I think
He's
that
a
I think the
quiet-
first time I met you, like, and you may have been being sarcastic, but you're like, I'm kind of a socialist.
so
No, yeah,
I
well,
think-
yeah. I'm like an issue voter, right? Like my
Okay.
main issue is housing. That's what I care the most about. I do care a little bit about I enjoy my Second Amendment rights. I enjoy shooting recreationally and all that. But that's not a one issue thing for me. The main thing I care about is how far my money is going to go and what kind of property can I get? Because I have this dream of one day owning a compound and spending my twilight years just riding around in a golf cart or a quad with a rifle in the back and mending fences all day. That's what I want to do.
That's-
That's my dream.
That doesn't
exactly-
sound too bad of a life, actually.
A cooler
That's
strap on
exactly-
the back.
Yep.
Whatever. And that's what I
That's
want. And I was 100%. I was all Bernie. I was like, give me Bernie. I want Bernie. Bernie had the answers that I was looking for. When they dropped Bernie, I said, give me Trump.
Okay.
Because at least somebody that has a solution, somebody that has an idea on how to get these prices of housing down. You know what I mean? If your solution is we're gonna invest more money, we're gonna invest more of your money into this and see if that works. I don't want to hear you. I want a solution to the problems I currently have.
Yeah. I mean, it seems quite common sense, actually.
I'm a hardcore
So-
Catholic also.
Okay, we're not getting religious on this show.
I'm always
That-
religious.
Well, okay. Hey, let's talk about your campaign a little bit because actually I did kind of want to roast you right at the beginning because something that
Oh.
I do for a creative chaos is I like research people, right? And I'm like, because I don't know a ton about you. We just met recently, and except for what I've seen on streams more. You do okay on social media as far as like letting people know what you're doing. But you don't have a website, and like I can't find much of you online. Like, what's your deal? Like, do you not have a website? Do you not want a website? Are you only doing commissions? Have you ever published your own thing not written by anybody else? I'm just so curious.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
This shirt I'm wearing right now, the Buckler.
The Buckler, okay.
That's my IP. Now, it didn't go very far. I did a crowdfund a few years back for the Buckler, but it's a character that I really, really like. But it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's almost like it's too slow.
Okay.
But I like when I tell a story, I like the gritty, I like the noir, I like the psychological violence. I'm not a big fan of the rock'em sock'em punch'em action kind of violence. I'm more of like I like the psychological violence, the emotional abuse, that sort of thing, and that's what I like to write about.
Okay.
So I launched that campaign a few years back. It only did somewhere in the neighborhood of like 14,000, and then the next campaign after that for the Buckler Canadian Tussle only did like 5 or something like that. So I was kind of on the back burner. Primarily, I just do commission work for other people. I do other books, but I do
Right.
have a couple of my own books out already. And I'm going to be doing another campaign pretty soon that I'm actually going to be launching in tandem with the Mighty Golden Patriot, where it's a catch-up tier for all of the Buckler so far. There's just 4 books. There's the very first one, a little 16-page story called Descent. It's the story of him becoming a villain. Then, because my story is actually about a villain, which is another thing that people don't immediately resonate with. And then there's Descent, Ascendancy, Temple of Polar Twilight, and Canadian Tussle. And so
Okay.
those 4 books are going to kind of be all together, shortened up and truncated as a catch-up thing before I release the next one I'm coming out with. But hopefully, if I get some eyes on my stuff, the stuff that I do, by working for a higher profile YouTuber, hopefully that'll give my own stuff a boost, right?
I was just gonna tell you like how smart that move is. I don't know if you saw me do this face. I went when you said you were gonna do, in tandem with the release. Freaking smart, really great marketing. Wouldn't have been able to tell that by your social media that you're a smart guy.
I know,
but you are.
But yeah, I do not have a website. Primarily, I just advertise on Twitter and YouTube, and that's about it.
Okay. I really did just want to confirm that I was like seeing everything that you have as far as what you put out, to the world. So cool. All right. So you do prefer that people probably just follow you on Twitter? Because that's what I put in the description to follow you there.
Yeah. Twitter or YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then Batman, do you still have the question in your mind that you were doing this for?
Yes. I want to fanboy out with John here for a second. I want to get some, just to get a flavor of him. I'm going to throw some random fanboy questions at you, and I'd like just an immediate reaction and thought to them. Your favorite movie?
Tremors.
Ooh.
Tremors. The whole series or just the first one?
Come on. There is only one Tremors.
Okay.
I've actually been to the Tremors. I've actually been to the museum up the 395 on the way to Lee Vining in California.
Yes.
There's that's where they filmed it. There's a small little museum there for Tremors. I went. I took a picture next to a graboid.
Nice.
Do they have anything from Kevin Bacon? Do they have any props or anything from the movie?
Not really. It's pretty bad.
That's a shame.
It's a crummy museum.
I got to tell you, I went to the Dukes of Hazzard Museum when I was traveling back from Florida to New York. That the actor who played Cooter, last name is Jones, or Ed Jones. I forgot his full name. Edward Jones, ran for Congress and everything. He created a Trump museum. He played Cooters, and he's got original cars in and outside of the building. So those cool little stop-offs are something that I appreciate. So I'm glad you told us that story. Who's your favorite artist?
John Chrisfolucci.
What has John Chrisfolucci done?
Ren and
Most
Stimpy.
recently. Ren and Stimpy. Okay. Very cool. Your favorite food?
Smothered pork chops.
Ooh, okay.
What are they smothered with?
Bacon gravy.
Okay. All right. Wow. Hey, Batman, I didn't
What-
know we
what
were
is
going
that?
into a whole new segment.
No,
here.
there's
like
no,
I'm kind of liking it. No, go ahead. I
There's
like
more,
that.
So
Christy. Much more.
Yeah. We're changing
No,
the whole
I
format of the show tonight.
I'm just doing two more questions because this gives the audience a flavor of who you are. That's all. Like your barbecue sauce. It gives them a flavor of who you are.
I love
Your
it.
favorite beer.
Oh, I don't drink.
Your favorite non-alcoholic beverage.
Well, okay. When I drink pina colada or a margarita, something very sweet, something that doesn't allow me to taste the alcohol.
Oh.
That's fine. You don't have to drink alcohol.
No, I drink,
question
but
is-
I'm one of those binge drinkers. Like I don't drink normally unless it's holidays or my birthday. So I'll
Or you're at
drink
a wedding
maybe.
or a bar mitzvah.
I'll drink once in May, and then I'll drink probably maybe 2 times during Christmas. Get some eggnog in me with some rum or some pina colada or something.
Yeah.
But I drink to get drunk.
Alright.
I don't drink for the taste. It all tastes gross. Like there's no drink in the world. To me, there's no alcoholic beverage in the world that tastes as good as a Coke. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to recommend something to you. Being that you're not really a drinking man, but you like to have the flavor and the taste.
Mhm.
Try something called Pimm's #1 with ginger ale. It tastes like a Long Island iced tea, but it's an English bitters. It's made from elderberry, and it's absolutely fucking delicious. It tastes like tea. Elderberry, it's called Pimm's, P-I-M-M-S, #1. And you can get it at some local beverage centers, but they have to be a little bit more high end. Pimm's is something they may have to order for you, but Pimm's because it comes from Britain, it comes from England. The damn Brits kept the secret to themselves. What can I tell you? And then you mix it with a little bit of ginger ale in a nice proportion until you're liking, and it's absolutely delicious. You drink two of those, and you're
It will
sloshed.
get me drunk. Yeah.
It will get you buzzed,
Okay.
but you'll still have your wits about you, which is really cool.
I always
and the
do.
last-
I can't understand. I cannot for the life of me understand. I don't get it when people say they don't remember because they were drunk or they were black. That never happened. I could be blissed out of my mind, cursing God, cursing my life, crawling on the floor. But in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to go by this tree and take a rest until tomorrow morning, be out of everybody's hair, because I know what's going on,
Right. You're coherent, but in a subconscious level. I get it. All right. Good. So the final last question, your favorite character. Could be a movie character, could be a TV character, could be a comic book character. Your favorite character of all time. Pop culture, across the boards.
Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore.
Oh, he's a Harry Potter guy.
You're a very cerebral person.
Potterhead.
But you're also a very cerebral person.
I have an account on Pottermore, yes.
So what house are you?
Gryffindor.
Of course.
But yeah, that character, dude, that was something that I wasn't ready for. And it blew my mind because I'm a real big fan. One of my favorite cartoons of all time is The Sword and the Stone with, the old Disney cartoon. Right? And
yes, I know it well.
Merlin has a wizard's duel with Mad Madam Mim. And that was the coolest thing I had ever seen up until Harry Potter. I had high hopes for the made-for-TV show, made-for-TV movie, Merlin with Sam Elliott from Jurassic Park. Not Sam Elliott, Sam Neill. I had high hopes for a bunch of properties, right? Like, oh, this is going to be cool. I'm finally going to get to see some cool magical battles. And it wasn't until Harry Potter and when Dumbledore meets Voldemort in the Ministry of Magic and they have their wizard's duel. I was in the theater seats like this. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is the coolest thing. The guy blows a viper made out of fire, and he's fighting with, tunnels of water. It was the coolest thing ever, man. And that, plus, all of the lore that comes along with the wand lore and everything that comes along with the Dumbledore's actual history. Best character, man.
Well, I got to say that Jiminy Cricket over on YouTube said Dillard loves gay wizards.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that was the comment. All right. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Yellow Flash, because that was something also I wasn't 100% clear on, because I have been seeing it's being talked about all over, kind of the indie comic sphere. And something that I kind of took note with, like, all the drama mixed in that you have to wade through, like, it seems like everybody fucking loves you.
Oh, you think so?
I haven't seen anybody talk shit, and like I'm like really impressed, Yeah,
that was I'm in a group. I'm in an online group of people called Comicsgate. And right now there's a big upheaval going on. There's a lot of division, a lot of hatred being thrown around.
Yeah, okay, so you're officially Comicsgate, because I still to this day I'm trying to figure out, like, why there's a fight, and it just seems like there's certain creators that people worship, and if that creator says, "Oh, then the entire, it's like a fucking woke cancel mob, but for conservatives or fake conservatives. I don't fucking know what's going on, but it's all retarded, right?
It is kind of all retarded.
Okay.
But the thing is, my position has always been the same. Like, I am Comicsgate ever since I was introduced to the community 8 years ago now, almost. Like, I was like, oh, this is 100% me. This is what I am. And whether or not people decide, because right now there's a creator named Ethan Van Sciver. He's basically the figurehead for Comicsgate, and where he turns his head, that's kind of where the wind blows for the majority of the people in Comicsgate. But whether it goes one way or another, I've always been like Comicsgate in principle. But I feel like there's a lot of fighting going on, but it's all like the Great Schism.
Okay.
The Great Schism of the church. back in
Interesting.
1510, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Holy Roman Empire Catholic Church split because they couldn't get together and decide whether or not you take Eucharist with leaven or unleavened bread.
No.
And it's like,
Wow.
I'm not
being
down
myopic.
with fighting about that stuff, you know?
Right. Okay.
You know,
So
I'm like, if you do that, as long as we're all basically the same thing, conservative people who want to tell good stories the way that we want to tell stories, we don't want anybody else to interject, you know, or basically be at the whim of the populace. Or I want to tell my story the way I want to tell my story. Like, I love storytelling. Like my favorite story that I've ever seen told was in a movie called The Great Outdoors with John Candy. And he tells the story to his kids and his nephews and his in-laws about the bald-headed killer bear of Clare County.
Yeah.
And I must have watched that tape until it burst, because I mean, I have that thing memorized, right? So, but it's just a fantastic, it's a clinic on storytelling. And I love to tell stories, and I hate it. Even when I'm telling my kids their bedtime stories, I can't stand somebody interrupting my story.
Even the kids?
Even the kids.
Okay.
I'll roll with
Okay.
it. Inside, I'm crying. Right?
Okay. So
Inside-
you're not a piece of shit that's like, shut the fuck up. That's my story.
Right. No. I would never. But inside, I'm like, just don't break my stride here. I'm trying to do something. Yeah. But I'll roll with it. I'll answer their questions, make a story out of that, you know, and I've tried to weave a story. I try to tell a story. And that's how I want. I don't want somebody interjecting and saying, well, you should probably tell a story and maybe make it lame and gay. You know, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to. And that's what Comicsgate is. We don't like the current injection of politics or wokeism or anything, really. I want the story that you want to tell me. And most people, when they talk about the great stories that they remember, it's usually like the writer and the artist are the same person, because it's an unbroken one narrative.
Right.
Because I want to hear the story that Chrissy tells me, right? I want to hear you, and I want to see on the page the way you envision it in your head, right? I don't want to read the guy comes through the door and does this. No, I want you to show me how you see it. You know, and that I like that part of the story. That's why I really love the creator-owned storytelling. Nobody coming in and giving their, you know, creation by committee. I don't like that. I want to see somebody's vision. And that's why I'm Comicsgate. So I all these people, like, you can be a Franciscan monk, and you can be a Catholic this, and you can be I'm trying to use a euphemism here, but you know, you can be a Jesuit over here. But as long as we're all going the same direction, I'd rather us not be fighting each other. You know, I don't want to have to worry about fighting this direction and also being fought at from the sides.
Right. I mean, this all sounds like a lot of common sense. And for anybody that wants to avoid the fighting, I think Dillard just gave a really, really great piece of advice. I mean, seems to me you probably don't even really pay attention to it or highlight it whatsoever.
I don't.
Good.
And I don't because I'm not good at it. There's no way that I'm going to be able to go in and actually have a debate with somebody. And I'm not good. I'm just not good at fighting with people online. I've noticed that fighting with people online, the winner is always who can yell the loudest for the longest.
I agree.
And that's not me. And I get tired. My throat gets sore.
Well, I hope you wouldn't. I hope you wouldn't actually be yelling.
No.
At the screen. I wonder how many people actually do that. I said do. Anyway, let's get back to Yellow Flash. Really, I mean, not Yellow Flash.
Well, just to wrap up real quick. Let me wrap it up. The main reason that I don't catch a lot of flack from people, because, you know, you said you did some research and that I'm kind of liked universally, is because I don't really engage in that stuff. It's because I see things that way, and I've been pretty consistent with that's where my heart is. So because I haven't really changed in my perspective, I'm not catching a lot of heat from either side in this war that's happening, this internal war.
Yeah. And it sounds like the best way to be, at least in my opinion. I think some people just enjoy the fighting online. Anyway, let's talk about the Golden Patriot real quick, because I could have sworn somewhere else I heard that this is the first thing that's being published under kind of the Rippison brand thing. I'm not that well versed in exactly what's happening over there, but it's basically like Rippaverse doesn't really have their fingers in it at all, except for just being a publisher. Is that what it is?
No. They're basically as involved as you want them to be. It's very customizable, their service. It could be that all they do is fulfill the books, or it could be that, you know, they'll hook up with you and they'll help letter, they'll help edit, they'll help do whatever. They'll team up with you. As much as you want to be involved with him, that's as they'll be involved with you. But again, that changes the amount that they get.
Right. Okay.
But like this one, it's basically I'm making the book and Yellow Flash is promoting the book. You know, he wrote the thing, I'm drawing the thing.
Okay. So that's kind of what I figured the Yellow Flash was that that Golden Patriot was that Yellow Flash was writing it and you're illustrating it. Mm-hmm. And that's a banger of a cover you got there. But anyway,
that's not even my cover.
It's not.
No, that's a Rob Willis cover. Yeah,
and I put it on your thumbnail. I'm such an asshole.
That's fine. No, that's fine. No, I love that cover. No, because he was like, who can we get to do some variant covers? My first words out of my mouth were, we got to get Rob Willis, get him now, get him early, because Rob Willis is notorious for taking a long time to get these covers in. So we hired him like last year, you know, to do that cover. And when it came in, we were like, oh yes, it's so good. Yeah, chef's kiss kind of cover.
Okay,
and
well,
so
I'm glad
we got that colored, and
now
so I was like, you know what? I like this cover because, you know, you never like your own stuff as much as you like other people's stuff. But I was like, I want this cover to be the official cover, like front and center. Yeah, that's our promo image. It has to be. I love it so much.
All right. Well, that's cool. I feel like a dumbass, but okay. Well,
come on now.
Yeah, it's kind of my brand, you know. I'm like, Christy, be an idiot online. Do it. All right. So when does it launch? And is this a thing? Is part of your deal is where they're pre-selling it through Rippaverse?
Yes. And the thing is this, like we haven't decided yet exactly when it's going to launch. And I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to start interjecting myself because I'm not the business person.
Okay.
I've done my own campaigns and they haven't done that well, you know? So it's like, I don't want to start calling shots or pulling rank because I want to leave it to the people that make money, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited.
When people are asking us, oh, when is it going to launch? When is it going to launch? We don't have any information because it's not going through. Typically, people will go through Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and those places have signups. So there's like, you get a little taste of it and you get a countdown of when it's going to be going live. But because we're going through Rippaverse and there's no, you know, pre-launch for that, it's going to be basically entirely up to Rippaverse and Yellow Flash and myself to kind of, as it goes live, promote the hell out of it, you know?
Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you this before I bring it up. The main trailer that I've seen for it, you made that, right? You made it.
The longer one with the animations?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can we watch it? Because it's a freaking awesome trailer.
Absolutely. I have it up if you want me to share it.
Oh, no. Cos has it. I had him download it. Here we go.
Lieutenant Rogers, this is a time-sensitive critical mission. You must pre-see the Nazi force and secure the artifact, then get to the extraction point before they arrive. Failure to do so will result in being hopelessly outnumbered.
It's time we take the fight.
The latest news we have of the Allied invasion of northwestern France is still the national legend from the Associated Press.
fulfilling his high hope. The crisis along the whole North African coastline, the Allies can strike simultaneously.
Nice.
I love that.
Right?
That was awesome. You know, it's really interesting because I got so much in that one little trailer. If I might be so bold as to just give a little bit of commentary on it. I saw Shazam. I saw Moon Knight. I saw Iron Man. I saw Batman. I saw all these Greek gods rolled up into the mighty, what is it? The mighty Golden Patriot?
Yes.
It was gorgeous. That was absolutely beautiful. That was Kirby-esque. That was just very well done. Very well done.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, is that
I gotta step it up for Flip City Magazine.
Oh,
I can't.
you made the trailer for us?
I can't share anything. My sharing has been disabled. But I was gonna ask if you wanted to see my cover.
Oh, I would love to see your cover. And Cos, can you make it so John?
Is this a reveal? Is this
no?
A reveal?
It was
Has
actually
it?
Well, a small portion of it was right there in the trailer as a passing scene.
Okay,
but it was a close up.
Cool.
If you wanted to see the full cover, I can show you.
We would love to. We would absolutely love to. Cosmic, can you make that happen, sir?
Yeah, whenever we can make that happen. But in the meantime, so do you have any kind of background in motion design or animation or anything like that? Or have you been teaching yourself that over a period of years?
I've been teaching myself that over the period of having to make that trailer.
Are you kidding? Like you had no idea when you started?
Oh, no. I mean, I've watched some. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to, do that. I've done a couple of what do they call those animatics where you take still images and move them on that sort of thing. I've done that, but that was the first time I've tried it. I did it all on Clip Studio, frame by frame, like old style animation, like 24 frames a second type deal.
Okay.
But it was not easy. And I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm looking at that right now, and the whole time I'm like, I don't think it's very good, but some of it came out okay.
I think it's very good, especially for an independent trailer. I'm sure you've watched lots of them and been like, eesh, or like, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, if you want to try that, share.
I just want to say, Johnny, that you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
We are always our own worst critic. But I'm going to shut up now and let Johnny show us what he's got.
Oh, very nice. I haven't even seen that.
Yeah. In the trailer, it just shows a little like close up, a zoom in on his face there.
Which, by the way, I learned recently, this cover would definitely not be accepted in Germany if you were to look for distribution out there.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Why would you want to lower your audience? But
why would I want to placate the Germans? I know what they did.
Not all of them. Not everybody. Anyway, badass trailer. And I know everybody's been loving that one, including me. And you made a joke somewhere that I happened to be live with you where you're like, yeah, that was a year's worth of work. And I'm like, oh, really? And you're like, no, stupid.
No, but it was a lot. It was a lot. No, that last part, when he jumps and transforms and flies at the screen, that was like 10 hours a day for a solid week and a half. Like that
Wow.
That killed me. That was hard. Because it's like you have this idea, but it's like, no, you have to do your sketches and you got to do 24 of them per second. And then after your sketches, you got to do the line art. Then you got to time it correctly and take out frames and add in frames so the speed's correct. Then you have to color every frame. So it's like, it's every drawing 4 times. Oh, it's awful. I don't get how people can do it, but that's why I have so much love for that, or admiration for that Chris Felucci, the guy the artist that came up with Ren and Stimpy. Now he's embroiled in his own drama. He got Me Too'd recently too. But
oh, did he? I didn't know.
Yeah, apparently some of his what do you call it? He was harassing some of his employees. But one of my favorite stories of his or about him was from one of his artists working on some work, and he was saying he would come in and he would look at everybody's work and he would point out, he would tap on the paper and says, I've seen that before. In episode this or whatever, he's making this exact same grimace. There's 100,000 ways to show somebody upset. I don't want to see repeated emotions. Find something new. You know?
Wow.
And I was like, that's great. That's great.
That's a photographic memory.
Yeah, and he like the stuff that they put on the screen for Ren and Stimpy is so memorable. It always feels like so fresh. It's and the expressions are something that set it apart from every other cartoon that they all failed to do. It's just the and especially the Bob Camp directed illustrations, the gross ups they call them, where they would have the regular cartoon, but there'd be a still frame of a heavy painting of a close-up of something, and it was very gross.
Oh, yes. I think anybody that watched Ren and Stimpy knows exactly what you're referring to, but I've never heard it called that.
That's what they call it. They call it gross-ups. But that was great.
That's awesome. Hey, you guys, I just got to say, my daughter, who is now 22 years old, almost 22 years old, brought me a beer. So that and
Hop Secret.
No, it does say Hop Secret, but it says tongue butter. I mean, that sounds very sexual. Anyway, I just tasted a little drip on my finger and it was a little buttery and a chocolate. So, and she even said, tell everybody. So I had to. Hey, John. So like I said at the beginning, for everybody to know what's going on with you, follow you on Twitter, right?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Well, we're turning the attention back away from you and back to me because I'm a girl and that's what we need is all the attention. We are going to go into the first one of our segments that is called Mansplain.
Shh. Listen, girl.
All right. If anybody has
that
is just
why didn't he punch her? What was going on?
Well, I mean, she's the queen of Russia. She was the queen. That's from The Great on Hulu. Dude, if you guys like satire and comedy, go watch The Great on Hulu. Best writing I have seen out there in a long time in entertainment. And I think it is an underrated show. Go watch The Great on Hulu. That's Catherine the Great. It's basically a satirical retelling of the rise of Catherine the Great and getting rid of Peter and all that kind of stuff. It's great. It's awesome.
What a savage she was.
Yeah. What's awesome about this is there is a kind of touch of the, feminazi vibe kind of thing, but they do a really great job knocking it back and making her kind of a smart, idiotic character who is also, empathy, you have empathy for. Anyway, enough about that. It is time. And by the way, Dillard, I have this mansplain segment on Creative Chaos because I know how men, from the viewpoint of a lot of women, are kind of demoralized and hated and shunned and all that kind of stuff. Normally I have white men on, So they're the most hated. You're probably the second most hated because you're Hispanic and you're straight. So
I
you're
believe that would probably be the Chinese.
You think Chinese before Hispanic?
Well, because they're rich, you know.
Oh, that's right. And they're smart. Anyway, so this is a time for that I donate to you on Creative Chaos to mansplain a concept to me. However, I didn't have anything prepared, but something that I found fascinating is that you drive around in a golf cart around in your town, and that is kind of like your dream is, your dream existence is riding around in a golf cart and fixing fence posts. So
Yes.
can you mansplain to me what makes riding in a golf cart and doing manual labor something to aspire towards?
Well, okay. This is the concept for that.
Okay.
Let me ask you. I'm going to start by asking you a question.
But it's mansplained.
What is best in life? What do people of all ages and all races and all socioeconomic statuses love doing? If you could do anything in the world, what would you love doing?
Well, I guess I would say recreating.
Right. And what that means to me, anyway, is basically hanging out late at night with people you like and chit-chatting while smoking or around a bonfire or having a glass of wine or whatever it is, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're imbibing, you're sitting around with people you like and you chit-chat. That's what they all do. They're doing it on a yacht, or they're doing it on their back porch, or they're doing it in a common area, whatever. People like to late into the night sit around with good friends or family and chit-chat. That's as good as it gets. There's no other thing that comes with having money or having status, or that's as good as it gets, and everybody does it. I used to be a truck driver. I used to drive all around. They went to every state except for Maine and Florida, and everywhere I go, it's all the same. And I was making a delivery to this very affluent town in California called Laguna Niguel, and I was making a delivery, an entire truckload of alfalfa to a boarding house for horses. And I was sitting there. I got there. I couldn't make the delivery for a few hours. So I walked into town and had breakfast. And there were very rich people, and they were sitting there in their golf carts. And they were fancy golf carts, with lights and turn signals and stuff. But they were sitting there on a Saturday morning, having their cigarettes. One of them had a cigar. They were eating their crepes on the patio, and one of them was sitting in the golf cart. One of them was sitting in the patio area dining, and they were just chit-chatting and smoking and chit-chatting. And I was like, that's what it is. It doesn't matter like how much you got or whatever. It represents freedom. When you're in a golf cart, it's like being on a motorcycle. Whatever you're doing, it just feels illegal. It feels free. Which is why I have this dream of having a lot of acreages and a big compound where I'm on my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. Nobody's telling me nothing. I'm content. And that's, to me, what riding around on a golf cart or a quad or whatever is, just being free and not having worries. That's why I love it. And you realistically, whether you're sitting passenger or driving, you can't not smile when you're driving around in a golf cart. It's great.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way in my dad's side-by-sides. I love visiting him in Utah. He loves off-roading. And every time, he's like, okay, you ready to go out in the Razor? And I'm like, hell yeah, Dad. Hell yeah, I am. And it feels like because he made it. And I'm like, I can't wait till I get my own recreational vehicle.
Absolutely. I have one of those Segway 9-bot electric scooters. Not the ones like in Paul Blart, just like a regular black electric scooter, the ones you can rent downtown and stuff like that. And it's the same thing. You drive around, you're standing up, you feel free, you feel content, you feel like there's no work that you're not doing. There's no pressure on you. There's no heaviness on your heart. It's just enjoying yourself completely. And it's not as difficult as, say, riding a quad, right? When you're riding a quad, you're out there in Glamis or something, and you're going, 45 miles an hour over the whoops. It's like, no, you got to pay attention,
Yeah.
Not in a golf cart. You're just cruising. You're just going around. If there's a little hill, yeah, I might take that hill, go up and down the hill. And the thing is, they're so simple and affordable. It's like, you really don't care. If maybe you don't make that hill and you go and you break your axle, you can fix it. Not a big deal. It's small enough that you can go and fix it. You don't have to worry about anything. There's no worries. It's all just content, happiness, freedom.
Right. Okay. That is fantastic. And you have lightened my heart with that story. Your kids are really lucky, I think, to have a dad like you. If you're telling them original stories every night,
it's so easy. It's so easy. I'm like, you sit there and you try to remember a story. I'm just going to make up a story. And it doesn't have to go anywhere. Now that they're getting a little bit older, you kind of have to have an ending. But other than that, yeah, you can do anything.
Now, do they ever want like serialized stories yet? Like,
yes.
Oh, Dad, we want these characters, doing another thing.
Yeah, we actually we started the older one. She's 6 now, and she's kind of wants an ongoing thing. So I broke out. I have this big tome of fairy tales, and they're long, and they were written back in the olden days. So I have to walk her. I have to hold her hand, walk her through the story. For some of the words are too big, but yeah, we're going through that right now. But for the most part, when I send them to bed, because they both sleep in the same bed, can you tell us a story? All right, I'll pull up one of the little kid chairs and I'll just make up a story. It's great.
Cool. That's awesome. So you guys heard good advice from a good father, and I think now it's time to maybe bring it down. It's all up to you as we go into Conspiracy Corner.
I wanna live with a conspiracy girl. I could be prepping the rest of my life with a conspiracy girl.
Those weren't even.
My tinfoil hat, it's been pointed out recently that it's looking a little weathered. I'd like to know if in chat, before we head all the way into Conspiracy Corner, do you think I should fold a new one or just keep wearing this until it completely falls apart? I'd like your advice on that. Anyway,
you have to get a new one, dude. I mean,
think?
Like, you have openings there, direct access to your brain.
Well, I mean, it's really more just for show anyway. It's aluminum. It's not really tin, in case you didn't know. Anyway, oh, somebody wants to come on my show. Okay, Timothy Olsen, DM at Kitty Flip City over on Twitter, and we can talk and meet and all that cool stuff. Anyway, so we're in Conspiracy Corner, and basically the theme of this segment of the show is basically everybody's a freaking conspiracy theorist these days, even if you don't think you are. If you don't absolutely follow the narrative that is spoon-fed to us, you're a conspiracy theorist. So you have a choice here. You can talk anything conspiracy related, or we can go to the wheel of conspiracy and you're assigned a conspiracy to speak of. And you can just talk out your ass if you don't even know what the conspiracy is. It doesn't matter to me. What would you like to do?
I have something I want to talk about, but I'm interested in seeing your wheel. Let's go to the wheel.
Let's go to the wheel, and here's how the wheel works. And I think I still have angel misspelled as angles. So if it says angels, or angles, it's angels. Anyway, how the wheel works is you actually get 3 spins. You can choose either the first or second topic that comes up, but on the third topic, you're stuck with that no matter what it is. Are you ready to spin?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I can't even read these. Human potential. I don't even know what that is. Is that a conspiracy theory?
Oh yeah. You can wrap all kinds of conspiracies into human potential.
It's something to the likes of we only use 10% of our, or we only use 3% of our brain function, or 10% of our brain function. Human potential, the capabilities for superhuman strength, for tenacity, for whatever, just human potential.
That is how
absolutely.
Batman
Let's discuss this.
All right, let's discuss it.
Okay.
All right.
This is something that I think is absolutely 100% should be taboo, possibly illegal. Because there's something about human potential in the aspect of directed dreaming and being able to, through osmosis, I believe that you can learn things by listening to things while you sleep.
Okay.
I believe that when you enter that REM sleep, that it opens up the potential for you to be able to pull from the collective consciousness, possibly knowledge that you have no information on, and you can actually grab that. But I also think that it also opens up bad stuff. And in that, I'm talking about like sleep paralysis and the visitors that you get at night when you have sleep paralysis, which I believe are powers and principalities that exist all around you all the time that you are not aware of. But when you're in that altered state, you become aware of them. And by proxy, they become aware of you.
Now, do you think there is any kind of safeguards that you can put in place before, like, tapping into that part of your mind that would kind of ward off those evil bad things?
I know that you don't like discussing religion, but
did I say something earlier?
We don't get religious on this show. But
it was a joke, bro.
Oh, okay.
I love Jesus.
But I do believe that if you are saved, right, that you have a safeguard. But I also believe that we're all human. And if we try to push the envelope and get a little bit too ambitious, that God will say, well, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're doing. You can see what happens when you do stuff like that. So
free will.
Yeah. So, God's not gonna, God, I feel like I'm protected by God, but if I go out and start breakdancing in the middle of an intersection, I might get hit by a car, even though I'm protected by God,
Well, I think it's more the trend to like twerk on emergency vehicles.
Oh, that too.
In the intersection.
I don't have no ass though. I went to go eat at a restaurant the other day and they had wooden bench chairs. And I was like, oh my God, I filled both of my ass bones because I have no ass.
Oh, you poor thing.
I was shifting left and right, like, oh man, this is awful. Oh no. But absolutely. Like I've seen people, I was in this Christian home when I was 18 years old. I left the house. I was like, I don't want to be here no more. And I don't have to be here because I'm 18. So I left and just started wandering Southern California, became homeless for a while. And then round around Temecula area, there's an area about halfway between where I live and San Diego called Temecula. I got hurt. I crushed my ankle. I was carrying like this gunny sack, this humongous military backpack. And I had like 150 pounds of weight in it because I had all my stuff in there. And I crushed my ankle. Went to this place to recover, basically. I wanted to go to like the Salvation Army they have in Paris. But they were like, we don't take anybody that's under 21. But if you're 18, you can go to this other place called the Hacienda. It's a Christian home. And they'll take you there if you're homeless, whatever. You can spend your time recovering there. I was like, cool, perfect. Did that, fell in love with the place. It's great.
Okay.
Every morning you wake up, you got to read the Bible, you have to write sermons because every lunchtime, everybody takes turns doing a sermon to each other and stuff like that.
Okay.
They tried to do an exorcism.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. Everybody's earning their keep, but I'm sorry. What about this exorcism?
Yes. They come to my door because I was there for like 6 months. I was there for a long time in comparison to everybody else.
Okay.
And they come down and Brother John, like, what's up, guys? He's like, I'm going to do an exorcism on Brother Mike. I'm like, you're going to what? He's got some evil humors about him, I think, I'm like, You're talking, what are you going to do? Some bloodletting? You know what I mean? This sounds terrible.
Okay.
Also, don't mess around with exorcisms. I don't want any part of that. And don't come knocking on this door if something goes bad. I go back to my studies. 20 minutes later, like very soon later, they come banging on my door. They're banging on all the doors. We need help. We need help. We need help. We go into the room. The guy's convulsing on the floor. He has blood coming out of the side of his eyes, blood coming out of his ears.
Oh, whoa.
And I'm like, okay, we'll go get Pastor Donnie. I'll go to the office. We'll call 911, right? So we do that. And then a couple of days later, he doesn't come back. The guy doesn't come. Brother Mike never comes back to the place. And apparently he had some long dormant aneurysm that just happened to surface at the time when he was getting an exorcism. And that, that kind of stuff really freaks me out. I had another lady that we knew growing up who, you're aware of that Unitarian church in Riverside?
No.
Okay. Well, in downtown Riverside, right across the street from the big main church, the huge church next to the Mission Inn Hotel and Spa, there's a Unitarian church, and she is the leader of that church now. But this lady used to be a psychologist. I'm sorry, a psychiatrist. And she got in the papers because she was actually getting a bona fide schizophrenic with multiple personalities. So everybody was interested in her. Like, oh, you're famous now basically because you have an actual bona fide schizophrenic that you're going to be treating. But because she started only treating, because she was a friend of the family, I knew this and we had to get involved, because she was only treating one personality that happened to be a witch, that happened to be into the occult. That's where she was focusing all her research. She ended up being hospitalized, losing her entire practice, ruining her life because she got too involved with things that she wasn't ready for.
All right.
So I'm telling you, the ability for human potential is out there, but it's super fucking dangerous. Like crazy dangerous.
Like almost like you need to be prepared if you want to, explore further.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there are guides on YouTube that tell you how to do this, how to get yourself in this altered state, how to get yourself into, I don't know, what's the other word for like astral projection, directed dreaming, whatever it is.
Right.
It doesn't, there's ways to tell you how to get there, but there's very, very few ways there's very, very few channels that actually will take the time to preface it with, this could be dangerous. And it almost always is. Okay.
I completely hear you. And this is why I love Conspiracy Corner, because everybody has a different freaking story. But yeah, go ahead, Batman.
I just want to chime in real quick. I want to ask, have you've seen things that were supernatural, you would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've experienced supernatural situations. So if you believe in Jesus Christ and you believe that he's your savior, you're protected. You're wearing the armor of God. Do you not believe that?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But as a short answer, no. Like, I don't believe that I can dabble in stuff and be okay. I think there are things that he tells me that go along with, I'm going to make a change. I'm not going to do this stuff. I'm going to show through my works and what I do that I'm devoted to this new life. If I start, I guess you all call it backsliding, right? If I start doing things like buying Ouija boards and start burning stuff in my house to fight evil humors or something, or wearing stones around my neck or something like that, or dabble in witchcraft, I don't believe that once you're saved, you're good and you can do whatever you feel like doing. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I think I got to be careful. I got to be careful of what I do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, there's no reason to go knocking on devil's door. He always wants to knock at your door. It's just whether or not you allow that to happen. So, you're a very cerebral person, and I find you very intriguing. And I love, that you're a storyteller and an artist. So I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much. But I digress. Go ahead, Christy.
Oh yeah, well, I was just about to get out of Conspiracy Corner because I have a burning question for John. I need him.
Well,
to
I
tell
want to
me
know what you think about my crazy ideas.
Oh, you need to know what I think. Like,
I want to know what you think. I'm
of
listening. I'm here for that.
Your crazy ideas. I don't think actually anything that you said was crazy whatsoever. I mean, that's the point of Conspiracy Corner, is it's a safe space for us to spin our crazy conspiracy theories. But I think you're kind of right on. I think I'd have a different take. Something that always interests me, because I have a very Christian friend who reads a lot of scripture and everything, but he's also very, very into the occult knowledge and astrology and all that. And I've never even asked him, how do you make those two worlds like meld? I mean, do you believe, John, and this, I'm throwing it right back at you, actually. Do you believe there is a way for like occult knowledge and, kind of that more woo-woo side of things to harmoniously live with Christianity and the Bible and scripture?
Like, I don't personally think that they can like harmoniously live happily together, but I absolutely also believe that that God made a lot of things in this world that are wonderful and intriguing and interesting. And I don't think there should be any lock or anything off limits when it comes to gathering knowledge or learning about these things. But when you start to take I even get the heebie-jeebies. My skin starts to crawl when I remember my mom she was getting into this book that came out called The Secret.
Yeah, I know The Secret.
And she was playing the audio book. And I came to visit her and I was like, this is gross. What are you listening to? She's like, oh, it's this thing about like, you be careful with this, because this sounds demonic, to be perfectly honest. It sounds evil. Like the whole manifestation stuff, like, oh my God, that stuff to me, it makes my skin crawl. Like this is of the devil.
That is really interesting. And you sound very Catholic right now, and that is okay. I think we had a wonderful Conspiracy Corner, and let's get out of Conspiracy Corner because we're going into our last segment. It is called Flip City Branded, and we don't actually brand you with like a hot branding thing, but
I'm here for it.
Basically, it's how I make sure my guests are aware that Flip City is rather savage. And I chose something really special for you because I had a question. So, Cos, if you can just bring up the first slide. There's only 2 slides on this. So in this game, John, what we do is basically make you read Flip City content. And this is a really easy one. So this is more recent. We did like a six-page thing if superheroes could be saving the world, right? But on the next slide, I'm going to have you read it, and it's somewhat spicy or offensive to some people. But there was one word in the entire thing that our proofreader got super pissed, like really, 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 really pissed, right? And I think after we read it, we'll talk more about it. And I need to know, was Flip City with the original word the asshole in the situation, or was our proofreader the asshole? Because we actually edited ourselves because of him. So basically, read this first slide, read the second slide, and then we'll discuss after.
Okay. In its entirety?
In its entirety.
All right. These days, Superman would rather be snuggling young boys while Batman explores his emotions. But just imagine, with a little creativity and half-decent writers, how superheroes could be saving the world.
Nice. Good read.
How might this rubbery hero use his talents for the common good? By flinging illegal aliens back to their neighborhoods? As the immigrant horde surged the southern border amidst a total breakdown of law and order, Plastic Man leans back, then springs like a rubber band, fleeing third world jerks all the way to Turkestan.
And that's our joke. All right. You will see a word here. It is highlighted in red. It says jerks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of understand the concept here, right?
Yeah.
We're flinging the guys back, right? Now, the concept in itself, because you are a Hispanic man, is this offensive to you?
It's not offensive to me, but I mean, these look like cholos. They don't look like people from Turkmenistan.
Right? Well, it's Turkestan.
Oh, whatever.
Cholo. What's up, Cholo?
Yeah, these look like cholos. Well, they look like Mexican cholos. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they're MS-13.
These cholos, like these cholos depicted here, are American cholos. These people clearly were born in America.
No, they're not. That's MS-13 gang members straight from Mexico. That's what I see there.
MS-13 gang members don't dress like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Because when you're talking about cholos. That cholos are like even just the phrase cholo. It's very American. It's American born Chicanos, usually in like border towns, LA, that sort of thing. Cholos. It's very rare you'll see like a gang member from the Guatemala or the real south of Mexico, the MS-13 kind of thing, dressed like that.
Okay,
they usually dress more like the paisanos, like the border brothers. They have a cowboy hat. They wear boots,
Okay, I think I understand. And here is where artistic expression, like connected with Flip City, comes in play, because the artist K.L. Jones, we don't really tell people what to draw. We give them the writing and then give them their freedom of expression. So that's what he came up with. But me, and probably because I grew up not that far from LA, I'm just thinking those are all illegal immigrants. All of them. Just kidding.
Well, what gives it away is the machetes, because the machetes is a good touch because they don't really use machetes. Is a third world thing,
right?
And it's a Mexico thing. Everybody that doesn't live in downtown, you don't really go outside of your house in these communities that have a lot of gang violence and a lot of.
You're talking about in the United States?
No, in Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico. Okay.
Yeah, in Mexico, they'll go. Like I went down to visit my buddy's family down in this place called Las Pintas. Very, very poor town, but very traditional. Like everybody would go up on Saturday evening to the town square so that the young people could find mates, and all the parents would sit around the square in the middle and watch them interact with each other.
Okay.
Very traditional, but a lot of gangs in the area. So everybody, as soon as the sun goes down, maybe about an hour after the sun goes down, the doors are closed, the door is locked, and there's a machete by the front door.
Interesting.
Real rural areas, real poor areas, a lot of machete stuff. So the machetes is a very good indicator of this is third world, but
it's mixed in with the whole
it's
Americanized
with Americanized cholos. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've learned a lot about this illustration here, but that wasn't even the point of this. So in general, it's not an offensive, like, oh my God, I'm going to cancel this magazine because they offended me so bad. And they're obviously quite racist. That wouldn't be something that you would
no,
have.
Like
okay.
Whatever.
All right. So our proofreader, he is a boomer and he lives outside of the country. Wonderful proofreader. He has like improved the magazine a lot, but he was pissed off, really mad, and said, I'm not going to do this anymore for you if you don't change this word. So we did change the word jerks. It said turds. And I think that's why it said Turkestan. Turds Turkestan, right? So we placated to him. You know, we acquiesced to his demands because we love him. But wasn't that, I mean, as a proofreader, it was basically like, I don't want my name on your magazine anymore if you don't change turds to, and he said turkeys, right? And we're like, no, turkeys is too boomer. We're not going to do that. So we said jerks, whatever. But doesn't it just seem so petty and weird? Like
it doesn't seem like it's a big enough change. Honestly, it doesn't even seem like it's
anything like it.
Jerks is even better, you know?
Exactly.
It doesn't even seem like jerks is less offensive than turds, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, Roy,
it's a weird thing to get bent out of shape about.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for your feedback on that, because it's something that's only been in house between Scott and myself. Is like, this is so weird. Like, this is a guy that has been proofreading and reading Flip City since the very beginning. He knows what we do and how we are. And what about, how come he didn't like balk about this or balk about that? But he flipped out about the word turds. Anyway.
Is it because turds are brown?
Maybe. And you know what? And he said, not all of them. Not all.
He said that. Don't tell me he actually said that to me.
He did. And he implied that we were racist.
He said he not alled you. Oh my goodness.
He not alled all. He did. He not alled us. I mean, it was so weird. It was so freaking weird. It blew our minds.
Well, wait a minute. You said he was British?
No, he's American, but he lives outside the country.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because the word turd to an English, as he said, is excrement, basically, is what it means. So a lump of dung or a piece of excrement.
Well, that's what it means in America, too.
Yeah, you're a turd. A bird turd. People call it a bird turd. So, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I really appreciate you giving me feedback.
My wife's in the chat correcting me, saying MS-13 are from El Salvador. I know that. I'm saying they're not in El Salvador only. They're everywhere. But you notice, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but there are no more other gangs in LA anymore. There's not like black gangs, like the Crips and the Bloods are no more. Everything's just been taken over.
Anyway, so in the end, you have read our sampler magazine. You were kind enough to give us your email, so you'll start receiving my, I'm going to try to fucking sell you. So you give us some money. Well, especially, actually, I've put you to the side because I know Yellow Flash, that the whole Yellow Flash collaboration with Golden Patriot's going to do really well. So I'm going to try selling you our collector's packs very soon. Okay.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah. They're not cheap. They're not cheap, but they do help us keep the lights on.
We'll see.
And the printing press rolling. Anyway, so any closing thoughts from you? I had a wonderful time, John.
Stay away from Ouija boards. Stay away from bundles of sage. I don't know. I don't have any closing thoughts.
All right. Well, you guys follow John Dillard at Dillard Draws on the Twitter, the Twixter, the X, whatever you like to call it.
Everywhere. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on ArtStation, YouTube. Dillard Draws. Everywhere you go, Dillard Draws.
Finally, you tell us that you were on other platforms. So Instagram.
Not a website, though. I do not have a Dillard Draws website. But I'll work on that.
Plan on doing that?
I'll be honest here. You shamed me pretty good. I've been thinking about that comment this entire interview. I've been very uncomfortable. Thanks for that.
Well, that's the point with Creative Chaos. We try to have a good time by making the guest as uncomfortable as possible. So I'm glad I was successful in my mission.
I do got to get a website. I've actually started building a website and then stopped because it's very hard for me. But I might just go and get one of those pre-made Wix ones and just see if I can just do those plug and play type deals.
That is what we're hosted on is on Wix, and it actually makes web design way fun. because it's all plug and play. And I'm like, I just got to move shit around. So I have a good time. But it's a monthly freaking fee, to keep it. So that's poop. That's
straight up poop turd. Yeah,
that's right. Well, I'm gonna scroll the chats real quick. And oh wow, Mrs. Dillard draws. Thank you for checking in with us. And Good Steph checked in saying hi, Batman. If you did not see that, Batman, over on the Flip City.
You said hi? I missed it.
Yes, he said hi. And also Madness Comic Network. It's been great having our very first live stream going on there live on the Madness Comic Network. Thank you for everything that you're doing. And I think Dillard would be a fun guest to have on Killer Karen. They're really promoting that show, by the way. I'm going to go on Killer
Never heard of it. I want a link.
It's a brand new, and it's very satirical. And you're a funny guy and quick on your toes. I appreciate that. And I think that's all that checked in since last time I checked. But thank you so much for to Vulcan Lives for being a mod tonight. And George Washington X, if you're still out there, thank you for coming back. You may still be distracted by watching the Jets game, the sports balls, the sports balls.
Watching sports, what a nerd.
Kinda.
I just want to say, John, thank you very much for tonight. As I said before, I appreciate your cerebralness. Loved having you on tonight. It was a great show. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I mean, you guys are great. Anytime you'll have me, I am free.
Really? Oh my God. And some people
you don't know what you're in for.
To the Creative Chaos. I think quarterly, you guys, every time we come out with a new magazine, we're going to do a party stream where we invite guests back to do voices for the live reads and all that. I think that's how the format's going to change with Creative Chaos. And I know you're going to love doing some of our insane voices, John.
If you'll have me, I'd be more than happy to be here.
Yeah. And I look forward to coming back and joining Am I the Asshole? Because that's a really fun stream too. So check out John's YouTube as well. So once you get done with your promotional period and get back to your regular streaming, it's a fantastic show. And I think Madness Comic Network should pick up Am I the Asshole as well, which I'm sure this is not new news to anybody over on Madness Comic that's watching, but we'll be taking all our shows to Roku soon. So that's an extra fun, uncensored platform to be part of, along with pill.net. We love you, pill.net. All right. Hey, Bruce.
Wait. I have one more thing since we're on pill.net. If you're out there still and you're listening and watching us, even if you're lurking, go over to the info tab and click that red pill, guys. Throw some love on us. Make sure that you get that red pill check. And if you're in Rumble, thumbs up. Click that thumbs up. If you're in D Live, send us lemons. I don't know what Odyssey's is, but ring, click, like, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up.
That's right. And I'm also trying to get back to my channel so that I can set a raid to somebody else's channel. I'm not sure who is live, but anybody over on Pilled, if I'm able to get the raid set up in time, will be sent somewhere else. Probably one of my favorite channels. Anyway, so Bruce, also, while I'm figuring out this whole raid thing, tell everybody where they can find you, and also producer extraordinaire Cosmac Grandpa. Are you muted?
Yes, I am. Mute gate, Comic Gate, and now there's Mute Gate. So Cosmic and I will be on this Sunday with the rest of the crew. We're going to be live at 7 p.m. Big Apple time. 5 o'clock, was it 4 o'clock avocado time, Cosmic?
You don't even remember what
4
time?
o'clock.
Yes, sir.
4 o'clock avocado time. Thank you very much. The Three Beer Men, you can go to 3beermen.tv. That's the number 3, BEERMEN.tv. And go to where it says watch here, and you can click on the show. start in with us. We get rolling at 7 p.m. and we understand that some people are going to be just finishing up their shows. So mosey on over after you get done with your last stream. Come on in and see us. We go 7 to 9.
On that note, Bruce had an opportunity yesterday to promote 3 Beer Men nationally. So I'm going to run that real quick. It's 15 seconds.
I'm also, I have my own show called 3 Beer Men. It's the number 3 beermen.tv. And I go by Bruce Q. Wayne. And hey, that's all right. Nice to see you too. And so, yeah, we have a lot of fun. We talk about pop culture, beer, and technology.
Oh, so that was Bruce on RSBN yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I wound up talking to my buddy Dan. I'm sorry, not Dan, Paul, who's the newscaster. I wound up talking to Paul and Gracia for about 9 minutes. We had so much fun. We were just bullshitting. And I found the full thing, Cosmic. I don't know. You didn't have a chance to burn it yet?
No.
Okay.
That's
I recorded it.
One of our fans happened to see at random and actually sent to me last night and said, "Hey, did you see Bruce on RSBN? Here, I caught a clip of it for you." So that was great.
That's great. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was a great day. It was a great day. But let's finish up here and let John go back to his dinner and whatever else, his family.
Dinner.
And we'll close out the show. So remember, Sunday night, 3 Beermen, 7 p.m. Big Apple time, 4 o'clock avocado time.
Hey, I just wanted to also real quick before absolutely closing out of the pilled conversation is I saw Paul Thaddeus, and thank you so much, Uncle Krusty, for checking in tonight and gifting the cookie. I did set up the raid to Atomic Annie, who has been featured on Creative Chaos a couple of times as our house band. So anybody that's sticking around is going to be sent automatically over to Atomic Annie to watch them playing live. Thank you again, John, so much for being here. Follow him again on Dillard Draws at X or across all social media platforms. And of course, go check out Flip City Magazine. If you don't know what it is, flipcitymag.com. We have a free magazine posted there that you can check out. And we hope you get lots of laughs from that free magazine and come back and subscribe in print. flipcitymag.com. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Cos. Bye, John.
The date started off so well. Begin my night, not expecting the fright of my life. She was perfect from what I could tell. How could I not see the danger right in front of me?
My favorite food is fish.
Baby, that's my favorite too.
I love cartoon dogs.
Baby, I love Scooby-Doo. Hey girl, what's your favorite film? She said the best movie of all, a masterpiece of art called
Human Centipede, Human Centipede.
I think that I'm gonna get murdered tonight.
Human Centipede, thought ironically.
She said
the costume design was a highlight. I like it for the plot.
Tell me what the plot's about.
German doctors say three people last to mouth.
Cool.
Human Centipede,
please God save me. I think that's a red flag. I don't want to get stabbed. She said
Human Centipede is a tour de force.
I think, holy shit, I'm gonna be the main course. She said
I admire the narratives of character growth.
I try to get the waiter's attention by blinking in Morse code.
Why are you blinking so much?
I've got something in my eye.
Here, let me get it out.
No, thank you. I don't want to die. Bonjour, sir was blinking at me. Is this because your date is a freak? No. Very good then. Bon appetit.
Stop hiding behind your silly made-up red flag. Do not take a chance on the best relationship you never had.
maybe you're right and I'm looking for excuses. My heart's got bruises, but I'm ready to choose this life.
You can be the love of my life.
One day we'll get married and be husband and wife, with a tasteful ceremony and the wedding of our dreams.
I'm the wedding theme.
Tell me what the thing's gonna be.
Human Centipede.
up. I can finally open myself up